Good morning, my beautiful friends, and happy Monday. It's crazy how fast the weekends go, right? Okay, so today I'm going to keep it pretty short because those of us who are coaches, we have another call in like 40 minutes. So I wanted to jump on today though and talk to you about something that almost every single person struggles with. And maybe you're one of those amazing anomaly people who don't struggle with this. And to that, I say kudos to your husband or your spouse, and you'll find out why in just a sec. And also, just a little side note, my son and I bonked each other yesterday, and he came up really fast under my chin and caused me to bite my tongue incredibly hard. And so my tongue is like all swollen on this side. So if I'm talking like I have a lisp, that's why. And it hurts to talk right now, like totally super bad. And it's fine. So if I'm talking a little funny, that is why. Yay! So today we're talking about how to help your spouse be supportive of your health and fitness journey. AKA, if you really want them to join you and they do not want to join you, this is what I have found worked for me. So I got to start with a little backstory. So I fell in love with Beachbody when I was 17 years old. My older sister found Turbo Jam on an infomercial with Chalene Johnson, and she was about to get married. She wanted me to do it with her. I did it with her. I fell in love. Okay. So I have been in love with Beachbody for 11 years now. And I met my husband when I was 19, and we met in April, and I, in June, like 2 months after we met, went to my own certification to be a Beachbody Live instructor. And I was getting certified in Turbo Fire, which is the live version of Turbo Jam, really Turbo Fire. It's called Turbo Kick. It's Turbo Jam, Turbo Fire. It's more like Turbo Fire because it's pretty intense live. And so he knew me like when we were dating as like, okay, this girl is a fitness person. She's like a Beachbody, whatever that means, lover, cool. And I did Beachbody workouts almost every single day from the time we were even dating. I remember getting his friends and his roommates to do Turbo Fire with me in his parents' basement every time we'd go visit his family in Vegas, and have some really good memories of that. And actually, one of his roommates and his girlfriend came to my first ever live Beachbody class that I was like so nervous to teach. So I say all that to let you know that like Blake came into our relationship knowing she's a crazy Beachbody girl and she likes to work out at home. And I remember like the first day I met his whole family, we went on vacation to Newport, and his little sister, we had eaten too much, and like you always do on vacation, right? And his little sister was like, I want to like work some of that off. I'm going to do a workout DVD. And she turned on Jillian Michaels. And I was like, I'll do it with you. I love to work out and whatever. And so I did it with her. It was, I'm so sorry if you love Jillian Michaels, but I'm just speaking my truth, okay? It was lame. It was really, really lame. And I like finished that 25 whatever minute workout. And if you know me at all, you know, like I do 3 jumping jacks and I start sweating, okay? I wasn't sweaty at all in any way, shape, or form. I was not sweaty. And it was like, okay, I don't feel like that helped me at all. Yeah, like I moved my body for 20 minutes instead of sitting here and eating dried mangoes or chips or something for 20 minutes. So yes, it was better than nothing, but let me show you what I've got. And I immediately turned on a Turbo Fire DVD, and I did it all by myself. in the middle of the hotel room with his whole family, just like watching me, thinking this girl that Blake is dating is crazy. And I'm like, no shame. I love me my Beachbody young man. That didn't exist at the time, actually. DVDs, I love my DVDs. It's fine. So I say all that to let you know, Blake knew that I was crazy and that I really liked my DVDs and my workouts and whatever. It took him, we got married in 2011. We were dating. We met in April of 2011. We got married in November of 2011. And it took him until I finished my first complete round of 21-day fixed nutrition. I was doing core to force workouts, but I committed, I'm doing 21 days solid. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to go over. I'm not going to go under. I'm going to get every single bloody freaking container in. And we even went to Newport because they have a timeshare at the Newport Costa Villas. And we went to Newport in that 21 days and I still stayed strong. I finished there. And that was in 2017. So it took him 7 years to see me work out every single day to some sort of Beachbody workout, for him to decide, I think I want to do this with you. There were a couple of times where he would like go, okay, I'll try one. Or like there was one time that I went to a bridal shower for my friend and he sent me a video of him doing the size dance. And I was like, I went to a bridal shower this evening and you did size by yourself? Like, what the heck? You're amazing, but also a little bit weird. And I still have that video. It's like the best. If you want to watch it, just ask me and I will totally share it with you because it's hilarious. But he didn't decide until 2017 that maybe there really is something to this whole container thing and to this whole Beachbody workout thing, because he's not a jock. He's an athlete. He played volleyball in high school. He is like, you give him a ball and he is like the master at it. It's so obnoxious. Even if you teach him a brand new game, he'll whoop everybody. So he loved to play soccer. He loved to play volleyball. He loved to play football. He loved to play basketball. He loved to play all the things. And to him, working out meant you go somewhere, you play sports with people. That's it. That's the extent of exercise. I'm not a runner. And this was him speaking. I'm not a runner. I don't work out. I hate the gym. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. And so his crazy Beachbody wife, like whatever, she's just going to do her thing and I'm going to go do my sports. But over time, you guys know this, as adults, it's a lot harder to play sports than it was when you were in high school. Yeah. Can you find it? Yes, absolutely. But it's like once a week, maybe twice if you're like really actively looking for it. And with kids, it gets even harder to find it, to do it. And so he started noticing like, okay, crap, like I'm not playing or doing anything active in any way, shape, or form. So maybe there really is something to this whole Beachbody thing that my wife has been doing the whole time I've known her for 7 years now. So when I committed and I fully did that 21 days and I showed him like, look, babe, we have an 8-month-old, 10-month-old. Look how awesome I freaking look. Yeah. And he was like, oh, like, it actually works. Like in this whole core to force thing, like maybe it's kind of cool. And you like really stuck to the nutrition and I saw what you ate and it wasn't awful. And I didn't make 2 dinners. Like I made the same thing for him and for me. And I just made sure that it was portioned out correctly for me. And I let him have whatever he wanted. Right. And that was when the flip finally happened mentally. Did he immediately commit overnight to, okay, I'm going to stick to the containers every single day for the rest of my life? No, he did not. But that's when he finally started to believe in Beachbody, in me, in my commitment level, in the nutrition, in the workouts, and he decided to actually give it a shot. So the first tip I want to give you, if you're trying to get your husband to work out with you, to eat healthy with you, to be even just supportive of you, my first tip is to just keep doing it. Yeah. I get people all the time that are like, you're so lucky. I wish my husband would work out with me every day. And I'm like, oh girl, like I have been working out by myself for 7 years. You're just seeing the icing on the cake that he just joined me. Yeah. So you work out every single day for 7 years by yourself, and then we'll talk. Yeah. So I just want you to know, because probably most of you watch my stories and you see Blake being awesome with me and working out with me every single day. I just want you to know that that is not how it started. Yeah. So keep doing it. Keep showing up. Keep showing your spouse that this is important to you and that you're committed to it. And so I hope it doesn't take your husband 7 years, because hopefully you probably already have kids and it's already hard for them to be active. So you have that at least on your side, but just keep doing it. Yeah. The second tip that I have for you to get your spouse on board is to truly commit, because that is when he finally made this switch, was when I truly committed to the nutrition side. I've always been, I grew up a dancer. I love to move my body. I love being active. I love getting my sweat on. I love all of those things. But I was totally that person, even when we were dating, that I knew what I needed to do to lose weight, to tone up, but I struggled to actually do it. And it was like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to eat so super clean. And I would do good for like 2 days. And then the third day I would like be back to my norm. And he'd be like, yeah, what happened, babe? Like, And so then I would commit again and he'd be like, yeah, like the boy who cried wolf, you've said this before, I'll believe it when I see it, type of thing. And it wasn't for me. It wasn't until it wasn't just when I became a coach that I made that switch, because I became a coach in June and I got pregnant in November. I lied. I became a coach in July, I got pregnant in November. And so I had that for 4 months-ish. But then I got pregnant and then it was like, oh, whatever. It wasn't until I had my son that I truly dove into the accountability that coaching brings you. Like, okay, I've had a baby now and I have a solution that works and I need to show that it works. And it totally held me accountable to crushing my postpartum journey, because I was a coach and because I had the tools and because I knew people were watching me. And that gave me all the accountability I needed in the world to just slay my postpartum journey. And I did. I totally did. Yeah. And that is when I committed to doing 21 days of no treats. I had been doing really good with the containers, but it was I would be strong for 3 days and then I'd kind of mess up, and then I'd be strong for 3 days and then I'd kind of mess up, and then I'd be strong for 3 days and I'd kind of mess up. And that was fine. I was totally getting results because I was eating good 6 out of 7 days, really. But when I decided I'm just going to 21 days, bam, I'm going to totally rock it out, not even one cheat. That is when he was like, holy crap. Look at you. You actually did what you said you were going to do. Because how many times before had I told him, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then I wouldn't do it. Right? So when he saw me commit, he saw me succeed and stick with my commitment, even when we were on vacation with his family. That is when he was like, holy crap. I think I want to try, because I saw what you did. I saw that it wasn't that hard. And I think I want to try. So that's the second commitment, or second tip for you, is to truly commit. So number 1, keep going. Number 2, truly commit, especially to your nutrition or whatever you struggle with. If you're like, no, I'm good on the nutrition side, but I struggle to stick to my program and actually work out 6 days a week like I'm supposed to, or 5 days a week like I'm supposed to, or 7 days a week like I'm supposed to, truly commit to whatever it is that you struggle committing to. And if that means you want to become a coach, this is my shameless plug. Coaching is the best thing ever. Yeah? Okay. The third tip I want to help you know and understand is to find recipes that are healthy for you and tasty for him or her. Yeah, I don't know what genders of spouses we have. Find stuff that is good. Yes, that tastes good and is healthy, and be willing to try new things. When I got stuck in my rut of, I'm going to make steamed broccoli and grilled chicken every single bloody day, he was like, yeah, no, eating healthy sucks. This is awful. And I hate my life. So no, I'm not going to eat healthy with you. Yeah. But when I decided to truly plug in to good, wholesome, tasty, healthy recipes, that is when he was like, okay, eating healthy doesn't have to suck. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, there are boundless things on Pinterest. If you have Beachbody On Demand, you have access to the Beachbody On Demand blog, which has a nutrition side, which has hundreds of recipes. If you have access to Beachbody On Demand, you also have access to the program materials in every single workout. So if you go to any workout on Beachbody On Demand and you click on program materials and you look through the content in the program materials, there's recipes and there's nutrition guides and there's all those types of things from every single trainer that shares their favorite recipes, their favorite healthy recipes. And even if it's Insanity Max 30 and Size, they're both Sean, he shares different recipes. It's not the exact same recipes every single time. So you can find so many recipes with the stuff that you already have access to. Yeah. And most of them are already, if you're following Ultimate Portion Fix, they're already containerized for you. And they'll tell you how many servings of vegetables, how many servings of proteins, how many servings of fruits and carbs and healthy fats and all those things. And it will tell you that already. And it's like laid out for you and it's super easy and user-friendly. And if you're following 2B Mindset like me, it's pretty self-explanatory, especially if you're looking for dinner recipes. Just find something that's veggies most and has a protein in it. And if it's a carb, if there is a carb in it, just swap it out for a veggie base instead of a carb base. Yeah. And you can make so many awesome things. There's also the Fixate show on Beachbody On Demand, which is a cooking show from Autumn Calabrese and her brother Bobby. And Bobby is a nutritionist. Yeah. So you have so many options of healthy recipes at your fingertips. And that's not even going to Pinterest. If you go to Pinterest and search for 2B Mindset recipes, you'll come up with a whole bunch of stuff. Ultimate Portion Fix recipes, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize, okay, I didn't search for Ultimate Portion Fix recipes, but I'm noticing the awesome ingredients that this recipe has. And I've learned that this many ounces of spaghetti equals 1 carb. This many ounces of protein equals 1 protein. And oh, I noticed there's olive oil in it. Okay, so that's a teaspoon. And there's some feta in it. So, okay, that's my blue. And you start to learn. Even though this is not an Ultimate Portion Fix recipe, you can make it Ultimate Portion Fix. And does Autumn tell you that? No, she doesn't. She tells you to stick to the recipes in Fixate. That's a cookbook that she has created, which is amazing. Fixate 2 is even better. I love it. So that's another resource for you to find healthy recipes. And in the Ultimate Portion Fix videos, Autumn is like, no, don't go off of these recipes that I've given you because there's so many options. But for me, and this is Bryn, your coach, or a coach in your coaching family. Maybe I'm not your coach, but say good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. But this is my lifestyle, and I want to find healthy recipes for myself and my family forever. And I know if I have the same dinners for the rest of my life, because yes, there's 102 recipes in each of the Fixate, and I know there's a ton on Fixate, and I know there's a ton on the Beachbody blog, but there are some recipes that my family and I love that I want to still keep having. So I've just modified. I was going to say moderized. That's not even a word. I don't think. Modified to be either 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix. So find recipes that everyone loves and be creative and use the resources that you have, because you have a shiz ton of them if you didn't hear that. Yeah. Okay. And my final tip for you to help get your spouse or your family on board, whether you don't have a spouse and you're just trying to get your mom to support you, or your dad, or maybe your kids, or whoever is in your life that is not currently supporting you in your health and fitness journey and you want them to, this one is more of a gut check question. You ready for it? If they're not supporting you in your dream, how are you doing at supporting them in theirs? Yeah, it goes back to that golden rule. Yeah, treat others the way you want to be treated. And if you're noticing that they're not really supporting you in your dream to be healthy and fit and active and eating right and whatever, what is it that they love? What is it that they are pursuing? What is it that they are dreaming about? And how often are you actively showing them your support? How often are you asking them questions about how their dream is going? Or do you even know if they have a dream? Of course they do. If they're human, they have a dream. Yeah. Do you know what their dream is? Do you know how you can support them in their dream? And if the answer is no, I challenge you to make that more of an active priority. And all of these things are totally in your court. Yes, you can control all 4 of these things 100%. Can you control your spouse? No. Can you control your kids? No, to a certain extent. Can you control your parents? No. Can you control your siblings? No. All of these things, all 4 of these tips that I'm giving you are totally 100 million% in your court, and you can do these things without any help from anybody else. Yeah. So truly support them in their dreams. Find out what they are, first of all, and ask them, how can I help you? How can I support you in pursuing this? Do you want me to just, and maybe you already know, maybe you just need to ask them every time you see them, or call them if it's not a spouse or a family member that you live with, maybe just call them every once in a while. How are you doing? How's that going? I know you were pursuing this, and I want to see how it is and how you're doing and all those things. Like, when people call me and ask me about my dreams and my goals, whether it's my spouse or someone else, it like makes me feel like $1 million, because I feel so valued and heard and whatever, that I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is really important to me. And you're actually like curious about it, and you're like thinking about it and thinking about me. Like, that's awesome. So, and again, all these tips, I'm focusing specifically on your spouse, but if you have like a brother-in-law that is like constantly like at your heels and like totally like sabotaging you and you're whatever, like, you can totally use these same 4 tips. Yeah. Keep doing it, truly commit, find recipes that everyone loves and share them anytime you get together as a family, so that they can learn that eating healthy doesn't have to suck, and support them in their dreams too, because then they'll actively want to support you in yours. Yeah. So I'll say those 4 one more time. So number 1, keep doing it. Remember that it took me 7 years of working out literally 6 days a week by myself for Blake to decide to work out with me. The first program he ever did with me all the way through was Lift 4, and that was in 2018. Okay, so I said, he saw me in 2017 and he was like, oh, maybe this works. He still didn't commit to actually doing a program with me until Lift 4 in 2018. Yeah, when my second baby was born. And I decided that was going to be the first postpartum program I did, and he decided to do it with me. And since then, pretty much every single program I've done since Lift 4 in 2018, he is committed to and he is done with me. And now we're doing Morning Meltdown 100 together. We're on day 15 together. He hasn't missed a single day with me, which is freaking awesome. So, yeah, keep doing it. Number 2, truly commit to either the workouts or the nutrition, whatever it is that you always say you're going to do, and you stop doing it after day 3 or day 4, stop it. Commit. Yes, freaking mit. And do your shiz and do the things and plug into the community of coaches or challengers or the challenge group to say, okay, I'm struggling. This is typically the day that I throw in the towel, that I quit. I'm going on vacation. I need help. What do I do? Like, that is what our Facebook group is for. That is what our team coach threads are for. That is what our challenge groups are for, to support you through this. Truly commit and see it through, whatever you committed to. Yeah. Number 3, find recipes that everyone loves and be willing to be creative. Use all the resources that I said earlier. So Fixate Show on Beachbody On Demand, Beachbody blog. The program materials in every single workout has tons and tons of recipes. Use the Fixate cookbook, use the Fixate 2 cookbook, and Pinterest. Hello, Pinterest. Yeah. And even ask in our, in all those resources that I just said too, in those threads, in the Facebook group, in the challenge group, like, hey, yo, I'm really struggling to find a healthy alternative to this recipe that me and my family love. What can I do to make this recipe for my family and still make it healthy and delicious and satisfying? Yeah, that's what we're here for. Okay, number 4, support them in their dream. Do you know what their dream is? And how often are you checking in on them to see how it's going? Cool? Coolio bajulio? Okay, that is all I have for you. So if you are watching the recording, I'm gonna stop recording this and I'm gonna say, peace out, and I love you, and happy Monday, and make it a fantastic week. If you are on live, stay on, because we have 14 minutes until our next call, and we'll just chat for a bit. So, bye.